Hello my loves, welcome to module 3 of Soul Food. I am so excited to be here. As you can see, I am makeup free today intentionally because this week's module is moving your vessel. And I'm going to be talking about our sacred vessel and how important body empowerment is. And that's why I have intentionally chosen to go makeup free today, to show you as well that you don't have to wear makeup. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to dress a certain way, look a certain way, be a certain way. All you need to do is feel a certain way, embody who you truly deeply are. And as you know, my take on that is that we truly deeply are love. We come from love, and to love we shall return. And the journey here is an expression of love. And that's why, it's hard for me as well sometimes. Years ago, I wouldn't be able to leave the house without makeup on. I wouldn't be able to go to the gym. I wouldn't be able to go to the grocery store. I wouldn't be able to go anywhere without makeup on my face. And can you imagine the pressure that I felt during that period of my life, that I felt that I couldn't go out in public. I couldn't let anyone see me without makeup on my face. And what I was really doing is I was covering up all my insecurities, and simultaneously I was always wearing a hat. I felt like I had to wear a hat. And in hindsight now, after years, I realized that wearing that hat made me feel secure, made me feel safe, and it's as though I needed it to feel safe from my own insecurities, from my own fears. And it took me a very long journey through body empowerment and self-love and, my self-awakening journey, where I came to terms with who I really am and the fact that I don't need to look a certain way. I don't need to be a certain way. All I need to do is love who I truly deeply am inside. Now, right now, as you can see on my face, I have a brand new pimple that I woke up with today. I'm currently on my period, so that makes sense. I have a few blemishes here and there. I probably need to wax a bit. I need to do all of those things, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because this is who I truly am. This is what I look like, and this is who I am. And the expression of who I truly am from within, it isn't masked by what I look like. I don't need to look a certain way in order for you to understand who I truly am. We can connect on the deepest level just as I am over the telephone. How many deep, beautiful conversations have you had over the phone? You've had them because who people truly are come out through their words, through their vibration. How they're feeling comes through. Your vibration tells me a lot. And sometimes you'll see someone who looks incredible. She looks like the most incredible woman that's ever existed. She's well put together. She looks incredible. Her body's incredible. She seems really confident, but I can tell straight away through her own vibration that she's really insecure about herself, that she's hiding her own truth within her, and she's in pain. And that happens sometimes. Sometimes we do that. So today is all about moving your vessel, but is also about body empowerment. So loving who you are. Now, I want to share this with you. Long before we came into this physical journey, on this physical plane, we signed up for that roller coaster ride. We were like, yes, I'm in. We chose our physical bodies. We chose our vessels long before we came here. Our soul said, I need that vessel specifically because that will be the vessel that will take my soul where it needs to go, that will lead my soul, that will guide my soul, and that vessel will teach me the lessons I need to learn about my own self. And that's why we chose our vessels. There is nothing wrong with you, and there is nothing that needs to be fixed. You are perfect as you are. We are perfectly imperfect. We wanted to embrace the human condition. The human condition is unlike the spiritual condition, the spirit, the soul. It is that we come with all of these conditioned thoughts, conditioned ideas on how we should look, on how we should feel, on how we should behave, on our appearance, on our physical bodies. And heaven forbid we have a bit of cellulite or some stretch marks or, a few hairs on our face. It's considered taboo, but the truth is it's not. We get to make up our own rules. And when you talk from a spiritual perspective, our spirit does not even see that. And when I'm really connecting with someone intimately, when I'm really, whether it's a client, a friend, my parents, anybody, I see way past how they look. I actually forget how they look because I'm so focused on their vibration. I'm so focused on their energy. I'm so focused on their words that I no longer see how they look. And I do not ever look at anyone and think to myself, oh, if only they had a smaller nose. Oh, if only they had wax today. Oh, if only this or if only that. Instead, I look at people in awe. I look at people and I'm like, they're so beautiful. Look how beautiful her lips are. look how handsome he is, look at his cheekbones, you know, look how beautifully put together she is, you know, and I admire so much about people and I embrace them. And let's say they do have hair on their legs as a woman. I'm like, go her. I love that. I love that she has body confidence. I love that she's out there embracing who she truly is and how she truly feels. And she doesn't care about the conditions and the constraints of society. I'm not saying that we all have to go with, you know, legs unshaven. You do you, boo. You do you. But do you? Okay, but do you. Make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're writing your own rules. Don't do it because you feel that you have to. Like today, my sister had an appointment and a myotherapy appointment, and she's like, oh my God, I forgot to shave my legs. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. And the funny, bizarre thing is she messages her myotherapist and she's like, do you have a different, appointment? Can I change my appointment? Whatever. And he's like, why? And she's like, oh, I haven't shaved my legs. So she's telling him that she hasn't shaved her legs, and he's like, don't worry about it. And she's like, no. So you're telling him, so what's the problem? What the problem is that he's actually going to see that you have legs on your hair. It doesn't matter. But we finished our workout early. She came home, she shaved her legs, and off she went. And that's okay. She did her, but don't feel pressured. Don't feel conditioned to behave in a certain way, to look a certain way. It doesn't matter. Sometimes I go out with my legs unshaven, and I don't care. If I'm feeling confident that day about it and that's what I want to do, I embrace it and I go with it. Our vessels are sacred. We chose these sacred vessels. And just as every cell in our body, we talked about this, the billions of cells in your body, their sole purpose is to keep you alive, to keep you healthy, to keep you working, to keep you thriving. We owe it the same respect. And it's not just what we put into our mouths in regards to nourishment. Now, of course, we talked about that last week. That's super important. But also the way we feed our mind through our thoughts. Okay? How we think about ourselves. That is super important. If I look in the mirror and I say, I hate myself, look how fat I am, look how bloated I am today, look at my cellulite, look at my stretch marks, look how pale I am, look at this, I need to change this, I need to change that, then that's what I'm feeding my mind, and that's what grows. That's the seed that I have planted, and that's the seed that I am nourishing, and then that's what will grow. Right? And that's very unhealthy. That's an unhealthy perspective on who we truly are, because who we truly are, our reflection is that of love. Okay, and if your reflection is that of love, then how would you talk to someone who embodies love? You wouldn't talk to them that way, would you? Would you ever talk to your friend that way? Oh my God, look at your stretch marks. Oh my God, that cellulite. Oh, you're looking a bit fat today. Oh, you shouldn't wear that. You would never talk to your friend that way. You would lift them up. You would lift them high. You would say, you look incredible. Look at that amazing booty. Look at the way you've put yourself together. You are so pretty. I love the way you've done your makeup today. Your hair looks incredible. You look incredible. You're so pretty. You would lift them up. Do that for yourself. Lift yourself up. Sometimes I have those days where I just rip myself apart and then I stop myself. I look in the mirror and I'm like, you are beautiful. I focus on things that I love. I love your blue eyes. I love your juicy lips. I love the way your hair looks blonde. It looks so much better than it did when it was brown. Not that you didn't look beautiful then too, but you look even more beautiful now. Embrace it. I love the way, my collarbone is. I love that my boobs become 2 sizes bigger when I'm getting my period. That happens and that's okay. I love my booty. I love it all. I even love the stretch marks and I love the cellulite and I love everything in between. I love the days where I'm feeling a bit heavier and I'm feeling a bit bloated. I embrace it. I embrace what that means for my body. Sometimes it's an emotional reaction. It's my emotions manifesting into physical form, but sometimes it's because my body needs to heal certain things. So when I'm due for my period, my body expands. Obviously, I need to make room for things. My uterus lining obviously is thickened, and that's why I'm bloating. That's why my body's craving certain foods. That's why I come to understand why my body is behaving in certain ways, and it's all to serve a purpose. It's all to keep me alive, to keep me healthy, to keep me thriving. Now, along with that, along with body empowerment, I love my body just as it is. I love my vessel. I chose this vessel long before I came here, and I'm going to honor it and love it and cherish it the way it deserves to be loved, honored, and cherished. Is moving your vessel. Now, just as we talked about food for the soul, as we talked about eating and how important eating and nourishing your body is, and intuitive eating and all of that, comes moving your body. Now, you've got to move your body. Do it at least once a day, whether that is even just, 30 minutes of yoga, some stretching, a walk with your dog, or a walk on your own, or a run, or a gym class, or some swimming, or a bike, or dancing in if you don't have time to go and do anything, or you feel intimidated at first. That's okay. Move your vessel, honor your vessel, especially people like me. I'm sitting down all day. I'm working from my laptop. I'm sitting down all day. On rare occasion, I'm standing up to record videos or to move around or whatever. For me, it's even more important that I move my vessel every single day. So I go to the gym, I do a gym workout. Where I can, I walk. Where I can, I do a little bit of dancing. I move my body. I do some stretches. I try to move my vessel as much as I can, even if it means just parking my car a little further at the grocery store and walking a bit further. Even if it means only driving halfway to the grocery store and walking the rest of the way, whatever it means, try to move your vessel in any way you can, because that is another form of self-love. That is an act of self-love. That is a way to nurture your body, because your body needs to move. We aren't designed to be stagnant. We aren't designed to be sitting all day. We aren't designed to not move. It helps with your digestion. It helps with everything. I know when I'm active, my body digests really easily, but I also notice when I'm too active, like especially when I travel, I spend all day working, that my body really needs a rest. So make sure that everything is balanced, okay? So you're eating the right nourishing foods, you're feeding your mind and your thoughts things that are good for you, you're moving your vessel, and you're also resting enough. So those go hand in hand. You move your body, make sure you rest. Don't over-exercise. Don't try to move every single chance you get, because your body needs to rest as well. And sometimes it's a long journey falling in love with your body, wanting to move your body because you're so unhappy with where you are right now. Now, if that's the case for you, it's okay. What's the next step? What is the next step closer to where you desire to be? So you want to be in a place where you fully embrace who you are, where you love who you are, where you look in the mirror and you really admire the person looking back at you. And you'll notice that the more you fall in love with your body now, the easier it becomes to actually become the person you desire to be in regards to your appearance, because you can change your physical appearance. But the more you hate on yourself, the harder it becomes, because you're resisting the well-being. You're resisting the change. Okay, you're resisting the transformation of becoming. And when you're resisting, you can't get there. It becomes really hard. You're pushing against the wall, against the wind, and it's really hard to get there. But once I surrender, once I learn to embrace who I am today, to love myself today, to be able to record a video makeup free, looking a bit pale today with a huge giant pimple on my face, when I embrace that and I'm okay with that, and I'm okay this going public if it needs to, that's when I'm truly free. I'm truly liberated. That's when I become more beautiful. That's when you perceive me as more beautiful, because I love who I am right now in this moment. And there's no one else I need to be. And because of that, I then become the picture that I have visualized of who I am. Okay, does that make sense? That makes sense, that process of becoming. I know when I was, wanting to diet for my Europe trip. Now, although I went through, this huge body disorder, this huge image disorder, what I did learn is that your body will transform if you believe it will. And I had believed it will. Now, obviously, I believed it will through very unhealthy techniques and unhealthy training. However, because I had visualized so deeply, because I had focused my mind on the end result, and I was doing whatever steps I desired in order to get there, I did get there, because I got there in my mind first. All right. And I was okay with it taking a long time. I was okay with it being a slow, gradual process. And because of that, it became really quickly. I literally felt like overnight I was very thin, lean, and exactly the body I had desired. Now, yes, that came with an unhealthy relationship to food and my body and everything else, but I'm talking about the manifesting process. You will always get what you ask for, but what you ask for isn't always for your highest good. Okay, only God knows what's for your highest good. That's why I always say this or something better, this or something better. I love who I am today. As you know, if you've read my story, I'm probably about 10 kilos heavier than I was when I had lost all that weight. I do want to lose a few kilos, but I'm not in a rush. I'm happy. I'm enjoying food. I'm loving who I am. I'm intuitively eating. I'm honoring my body. I'm honoring my vessel. I'm working out. I know I'm not doing anything wrong. All right. There's nothing that I'm doing wrong. I'm eating the right nourishing foods. I'm fueling my body. I'm fueling my soul. Okay. Like yesterday, I ate a piece of chocolate cake with ice cream and I was okay with it. I was okay to do it. I didn't overindulge. I enjoyed it. I honored it. I still had, my healthy snacks, my nutrients, my micronutrients or my macronutrients. I had everything I needed. I work out at the gym. I rest. That's probably my hardest thing. I find it hard to rest, but I honor my vessel. And because of that, it honors me. So what I'm going to do attached to this video, so I wanted to make this short. I wanted to make this powerful. I want you to understand how sacred your vessel is, and everything you feel creates an energetic force field around you, okay? And people pick up on that energy. So if I am hating myself, if I utter the words, I hate myself, I look fat, I'm so ugly, look at me, who would love me looking like this, or I need to lose weight, or I need to exercise, or I need to do this, I create conditions that my vibration thinks are real. Okay, my vibration feeds off those thoughts and it becomes it. So everything in my energetic force field becomes those powerful thoughts, and those powerful thoughts aren't for my highest good. They serve me in a way that's detrimental to my own well-being because I am resisting the flow of well-being. So I need to replace those thoughts. I need to replace those words with things like, I love myself. I am so beautiful. I love how I honor my body. I love how I eat nourishing food. I love that I move my vessel. Do you see, when you start doing all of these things that you're learning in this course, that naturally you feel better about yourself because you know you're doing everything you're supposed to do in order to love your vessel, in order to love who you truly are. Because you're moving your vessel, you're eating nourishing foods, you're honoring your soul as well by eating the chocolate cake sometimes, all right? You're doing all the things that you need to do for your body. You're not overindulging, you're not under eating, you're not restricting, you're not dieting, you're not doing anything. You're living a well-balanced life. You're taking time off to go and smell the roses. You're taking time off to go to the beach. You're honoring yourself when you work. You're getting up, you're stretching, you're moving your body. And through that process, you're much more forgiving on yourself because you know you are honoring your body. So I wake up every day and I stretch and I say, thank you, Lord. Thank you, God, for all that I am, all that I have, and all that I am becoming. Thank you for giving me this sacred, beautiful vessel that takes me everywhere I need to go, that keeps me alive, that keeps me thriving. Thank you for my reproductive system. Thank you for creating a body that can one day bear children. Thank you so much for my beautiful hair. Thank you for my face. Thank you for the bed that I sleep in. Thank you for the beautiful meal that I'm about to eat. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like this morning, I accidentally poured, instead of using the small holes for the cinnamon, I flipped it to the big hole and all this cinnamon came out. And I love cinnamon, but this was way too much cinnamon. So I tried to scrape off as much as I could, but it was definitely very spicy. And I believe genuinely that for whatever reason, I needed more spice this morning. I needed more cinnamon. Probably I needed a little more anti-inflammation, whatever it was. I needed it. It was for me. So I said, thank you. I didn't get angry about it. I said, thank you for looking after my body more than I know how to look after it consciously. Okay. So your soul, your spirit is looking after you more than you could even possibly comprehend in this physical way, more than you could possibly comprehend consciously, right? Unconsciously, it's looking after you on the deepest levels, all right? You wouldn't even possibly understand why or how or when, but it does, and you honor it. So I want you to love yourself. Now, attached to this video will be some ideas on how you can move your vessel and how different people move their vessels. So I will be doing some interviews where you can come to understand that there is no one way fits all, one size fits all. It doesn't work that way. Move your vessel the way you want to move your vessel. And there are so many different ways to move your vessel, and each of them are for you. So find your way, do whatever you want to do, and don't stick to one way. Change it up, have some fun. There are no rules. You get to do what suits you and suits your body. Do it your way. I love you so deeply. Now, please note that the workbooks go hand in hand with these videos. The workbooks are super powerful. They take everything that you're learning through these videos and they apply them to activities. And when you do those activities, you grasp a much deeper understanding of these concepts because you know then how to apply it. You don't just hear them one time and believe it, okay? Because sometimes those beliefs, if they're not conditioned upon us, if they're not repetitive, if they're not habitual, then you forget them. Okay, so those beliefs can sometimes slip our mind. We believe them in the moment, but then we forget about them and we have not yet changed our own preconceived conditions and ideas and beliefs. Okay, and if you haven't done that, then they don't hold as much power. So doing the activities allow you to understand why our perspectives change, why we need to believe certain things, not even need to, why it serves us to. And once we come to that understanding through the activities, they become much more powerful in changing our own energetic force field, in changing the way we think, the the way we behave, the way we perceive who we truly are. Deeply on every level, who we truly are. We are love, we come from love, and to love we shall return, and our journey here is an expression of love. I love you so much. I am so excited for next week's module as well. Enjoy this module, have some fun, move your vessel. You know, make sure if you go back to the challenge, the bonus that I gave you with my collaboration with my sister, Shredded Fitness Academy, there was a 4-week exercise plan. Utilize that if you want as well. If you have no idea where to get started, utilize that. Do some of the workouts, move your vessel, have some fun in doing it. Put your favorite music on, jam to it, you know, like do your curls while you're dancing along to the music. I do that all the time and I have so much fun and I love it. I get my sweat on, I have fun, I enjoy my shower afterwards, I enjoy my meal afterwards, I enjoy my day, I enjoy my life, I enjoy you. I love you so much and I will see you next week for another module. Peace.